3. If you are a green champion, south down, worker, final cross, first call. If you are a first or second place, medium wool, you are needed at the Make Ready Arena for the medium wool drive.
Is absolutely massive in the shape she reads with from stifle to stifle. Love that one's body shape. The width she takes all the way to the ground. The young lady does a great job getting that one presented out here profile, as well as moving that thing around the ring. Just does an ideal job. Really nice place to start. Blue U-limb's awfully good as well, especially from her last rib forward. I love that one's forward shape. Really wide about her chest, feeds down all the way to the surface. She's really fresh and square over her rack. We need to fix her just a little bit over her loin. It doesn't help that she's that big pin and big hip. It's hard to get one square and smooth over that loin edge when they are that big hip. But that's where I need to change her just a little bit in order to compete with that unit of those hands and wins. And we're talking about later down the road, I like the build and kind of this weather that comes out in 30s, big footies, wide based, really fresh and squared up in his rack. One for me that you compare him to the two U-limbs, he just comes a little plainer and flatter about his body shape. He's not quite as dimensional or massive. Right to the lower part of his leg, we've got to blow him up just a little bit. Right over the center part of his loin and make him handle just a notch smoother and wider there to compete with those two U-limbs. But I think that one's build and future is awfully bright. Congratulations to that young lady as well. Get off to our 4th place weather, and I think whenever he wants to play the part, he's a little stubborn out here today. He lays down his top. That's a nice weather from the profile. He balances up awfully well. He's good about his hip and hind leg design. He's another one that when you get right on top of from the outside looking in, you think he's just huge, massive back. I need to see that one opened up in his body shape and base width to give him some more support, to lay some more massive muscle up high whenever I get my hands on him. Young lady sheep that rounds out the top 5, really big-handed, dimensional, really hard handling, one that's really squared up and fresh. We got to get that one to balance up better from the profile, run uphill just a little bit and show himself off better, and I think he can work up. Really nice set, high quality from top to bottom. Let's give all those kids a nice round of applause.
Did you see it? She made 5th.
Yeah, I took pictures.
I need my 1st and 2nd place collectibles from the first class and second to the holding area. If you are a breed champion, this is your first and second call as a breed champion to come to the holding area for the Supreme Drive. If you have lost your sunglasses, you can come up to the announcer stand and identify them. A couple of housekeeping things. If you have not taken a picture, those need to be taken for the auction. If you were not as successful as you'd like to today, but still want a picture for memories, livestock photos, we'll take a picture at the backdrop. Reminder that if you are a junior, 3rd grade to 8th grade, you are all invited back for junior showmanship. Very shortly, we will have a list of back numbers for senior showmanship.
Right there. Ellie, move down. Get close. Go that way. Not too close. Not too close. Wait. You're okay. You're okay. Go get the lamp.
Very interesting class to sort through as you work through here. And sometimes you fall in these classes where there's not one that just really jumps out and grabs you and says, there's your one to win. And that's going to be the easy part. I think there's a heck of a lot of sort between all these top 5 out here. For me, the sheep ends up being the most complete. A sound-made, wide-based, big-footed one who's bold-ribbed, heavy-muscled is the sheep that ends up winning this class. Now, is he perfect? I think we really need to change that sheep over his loin. The tie in the middle of his back gets a little tight just every once in a while. Throws off his look just a little bit as you step off on the profile. That's where I'd fix him. An awfully nice power sheep that's big-footed. Comes together probably the best as we set the sheep in motion. That's where I'll lay my decision on that one of just being the highest quality and the most complete. The sheep that comes out in second, I think from his last rib forward, is nice. He's big and square over his rack. He's fresh over his rib. Need to take about an inch out of the bottom of his chest forward and throw it back into his flank to make him balance up just ideal in my opinion. A sheep that you certainly like, just the freshness he hits your hand with. I think that's enough to go ahead and put him in second today because he is a nice built one that still gets out and goes with plenty of flexibility. Just some minor tweaking here and there is just what separates him from ending up winning this class. One that comes out in third, a sheep that initially hit me hard. Young lady gets him out and goes, and I think that's probably his best look. He maintains his top line off. When we're sitting in profile here, he wants to drop out in his chest, get tighter in his flank. I think he just looks a bit harsh out here today, a little bit more mature in the way he reads through his front one third. They're a nice power sheep. Love the kind of dimension you see when you get right in behind that one. Blue sheep's awfully interesting. I think there's some high quality, freaky, if you will, pieces put into that one. He's big-footed, shaggy-legged, thin-skinned, handles like electricity. One that for me that just becomes too harsh in his body shape, doesn't have enough mass working up high, runs out of power when you step right in behind him in comparison to some of those sheep that land ahead of him today. Young lady's doing a good job sticking with that. You land in fifth. A big-footed power sheep that's wide-faced and bold-ribbed. Just on red meat yield alone, that one sneaks away in the top five. She looks a little more mature about her body and her chest floor, and I think that's what's limits her today from getting up any higher. A nice set from top to bottom. Let's give all those kids a nice round of applause.
I need all my blue champions to the holding area. We are now in the medieval drive.
I'll see y'all later.
following senior showmanship members. Reminder, if you are a junior, 3rd grade to 8th grade, you are invited back for junior showmanship. Senior sheet, showman, numbers, callbacks, 1087, 1075, 1077, 1078, 1086, 1084, 905, 915, 1087, 926, 922, 919, and 929. Again, senior showmans that are being called back for senior showmanship: 1087, 1075, 1077, 1078, 1086, 1084, 905, 915, 1087, 926, 922, 919, and 929.
A little tougher decision as we get out here to the medium wheel drive. I think there's some things going through my head just on quality of skeleton and smoothness as we step out. We're thinking about taking a backdrop picture. I think that's kind of the only holdup for me. There's definitely one out here that'd be labeled my kind. Big-footed, wide-based, bold-ribbed, heavy-muscled kind. The amount of muscle on this one's skeleton doesn't hinder its ability to function and remain attractive as we set the sheep in motion. Certainly one out here that I wish was just a little smoother in the top line. We could fix our lineage just a little bit, but if we're just talking about quality pieces, out there extreme pieces in terms of putting it into one package, I think this one probably takes the cake. There's another one that's going to end up preserved that's a really high quality one that it's sure be fun to have a pasture full of, to look at every morning. Paints an exceptional picture from the side. One that's really level design, square, smooth, heavy muscle, just a nickel, more conventional in the way that they're built up front, a little deeper chested, starting to show off their age just a little bit in my opinion. Let's give all 6 of these exhibitors out here a nice round of applause. I'll start getting on 2 favorites. Well, I appreciate y'all letting me come out today and sort through the livestock. A really high quality sheep show is always to be expected from Bear County. A great group of exhibitors, all extremely respectful. You enjoy when you come into a ring. You've got every kid out here to look you in the eye, shake your hand and say, thank you, sir, even if they weren't placed where they thought they should be. A respectful group of kids, a great group of sheep out here, tremendously high quality. I think there's no doubt where my champion comes from. The only thought I've got in my mind is what we do for reserve. I think there's a little bit of give and take there. There's a sheep that's probably a notch more appropriate in the lateness of maturity and type of stature you see in this one, a long-bodied one that I think only gets better with time. There's another one out here that's just wider, bolder, heavier muscle when you get your hands on this one. It's maybe at the end of the road. I like the one that's probably got just more sheer power and muscle to end up being reserve. But with that being said, let's go ahead and congratulate all these champion reserves in the breeze. I'd like to shake the hand of your champion reserve later on.
Congratulations to Weston Smith, Madison FFA.
Woo!
Overall grand champ. And reserve. Isabella Guerra, Madison FFA. We're going to take a 5-minute break and we will start junior lamb showmanship. All juniors are invited back for lamb showmanship. Seniors, if you'll see Mr. Moyers. For senior lamb showmanship callback.
Go.